everybody and welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing some Neuro Art. So I've got a piece of A4 paper, watercolour, and I'm going to be doing some monoprinting today. For those of you who are not familiar with monoprinting, I've been doing a lot of this just lately. Literally just painting on some watercolour paper I'm using, and then just turning it over and pressing it onto the main picture that I'm wanting to use. So I started with quite a light colour here, and so when the paint's all nice and wet and juicy, just chuck it on there, and it doesn't matter how it goes on, and make all patterns and marks, turn your brush round and things like that. Use the handle and then just turn it over and then just press it gently onto your paper and rub it. So I'm sorry about the camera's moving about a bit on this. I didn't realise, but the camera's attached to the table. So anyway, so it's made a couple of prints here. So the next thing to do is to dry that with the hairdryer and then go in with a little bit more of a darker colour. I could have gone on the inside of this sheet, but please watch to the end of the video because I make use of that sheet as well. I don't waste anything, and actually that turned out better than this main picture did. So I like that part of the monoprint there. That's good. Dried it and then went in with a darker colour. So I'm doing this on the inside of this sheet now to create another picture. Because don't forget, later on I can reuse these, the backgrounds, once I've dried them as well, and I can use them again for Neuro Art or for anything that I want really. And if you do create nice pictures and it's A4 and it's nice paper like this, you can use them and cut them out, or you can frame them and sell them. So yeah, lots of things that you can do. So press that on and then dried it with the hairdryer, and then this time I've gone in with some black, so it's even darker. So I'm coming up the tones there, making it darker and adding more contrast to it. So then I've got some stencil, and then I'm done some like oval shapes with my pen, and this is a one of those reservoir pens that you fill with water, and then I'm going in with some Neuro Art, and I'm just literally threading in and out of the hoops. I just wanted to explain to you that this rounding off process, this is the important part of doing Neuro Art, because this is the part that's relaxation, where you know, if you do this part, try and complete it in one go without any interruptions from anyone or anything, because this is where you'll feel the relaxation come in. This has made it quite a complicated piece for me to actually do, but it's how I felt at the moment, the feeling of being detached a little bit from reality really. And that's why, you know, this little one over here, this little oval shape for a change rather than circle, is over here on its own, but it's being pulled back in and it's gradually coming back in to join the others, which is good. Yeah, try, that's my meaning of this, but try and complete this while ever that you can. It's very important. So I'm going to spend this relaxing time now doing this. I won't bore you with this, I'll speed it up. So all I'm doing there, anywhere that's really pointed, that's like tooth shaped, or you know, or pointed or triangled, I'm rounding that shape off so it becomes round and it's not. No, you know, you're changing geometric shapes into organic shapes, so it makes it more comfortable, and the rounding feeling makes you feel more comfortable inside. To me, to look at sharp edges and lines, it does give me that feeling of tension and things. There's nothing wrong with it as such, but for some people it's important to they prefer geometric shapes and sharp pointy lines and things, but something that I would sort of be journaling, I think, you know, I really enjoy the fact that I'm rounding off those pointy lines, and I'm enjoying the process. So I'll just speed this up and I'll come back to you. So I've rounded all the lines. I quite like the effect that it looks like it's going through or out the other side of these shapes and things. But on some of them, I'd like them to stop at the circle as well. So like this one. So I'm going to bring them around like this. So it kind of almost looks like it's holding it up like that. Not on all of them, because I just want to do it on some. It just gives it a nice effect that it's like, almost like it's latching on, like cells latch on, and you know, like things that latch on to cells and things like that. Gives it a nice effect. But I don't want to do that on all of them, just on some. Just fill this in a little bit. I think perhaps we'll have it latching on here when it's from the side. Maybe a couple up here. This is your own personal preference. I'm not teaching a lesson of neurographica or anything. This is to make this is neuro art. This is to make it look nice and to make it look different. They're almost like suckers that sucker onto the sides. Maybe on here and here. Some of these down here. Some go over, some don't. So here I don't want to waste. So what I thought I would do here is add a little bit of water and make these look a little bit more 3D with a different colour. You can pick what colours you want to do all this sort of thing. I just want to make them look a little bit more 3D and a bit more enjoyable to look at. Do it however you want. Try and pick colours that you'd still be able to see through though. It's kind of like adding a shadow to it, really. Like a drop shadow, if you like. Makes it a little more interesting to look at. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dry that. Don't forget your little one. I have that coming around on both sides, I think. Yeah. I'm going to dry that now. Next I'm mixing up a bit of water and a bit of gesso. You can use just white paint. I'm just going to add some splatters just to make it look nice, really, because it's a quite dark picture, and so I thought it would be nice to add some splatters. I'm not going to go mad, just a little bit. Nice. This is a really old brush as well, so I'm just adding water if you're struggling to see what I'm doing. And then in this little pot, look. And then I'm just going to literally spray some on, especially in the darker areas. Okay, next I've just used the hairdryer and I've warmed up the tape, and I'm just going to remove the tape. Try and remember to do that. If you don't, you're just going to rip all your pages, because I don't think any tapes are perfect. So this isn't supposed to be spectacular anyway. It's just in my sketchbook, the sketchbook that I've used all the time. So and there we have it. Nice little picture from my sketchbook. Very enjoyable to do. And I hope you enjoy it too. So this is the little leftover piece from the mono printing. So quite nice effects on here. You can't see it very well, but when you look closely up to it, they are really nice effects. And so they're worth using. So a quick way to use them for like your Neuro Art is to literally just get a circle of some sort. Permanent marker, remember these are fine liners, micron graphic, water-based and water resistant. So I'm just going to pop on a circle in the middle actually and go around like this, like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to make that look a bit more 3D. So with a water pen, I've got the, I forgot what they call these. You can get them online, they're really, really cheap. You fill them with water and you can squeeze it and use it without using a pot of water. Ideal for taking out, for doing things. So just mix in a nice little colour in here. And I'm just going to go around the inside of the circle like this. Not doing anything spectacular. And then I'm going to squeeze my pen down and get some more water to make it like really watery in the middle. And so I'm like pulling that from the outside of there now and making it so you can see it's a different colour. I'm just trying, that's better. So now when I go around the inside edge, it's going to be, with with a different, I'll just mix in a little bit of a darker, or a different rather, I should say, blue. Bit of grey, and oh, that's gone a bit dark. Tinge a bit of white in there. Bit of blue. That's it. So it's nice and dark. So while it's still wet, I can come round and it will bleed into it and make it look nice and 3D. So I'll just continue with this. Okay, and then I'm just going to pull it in a little bit towards the centre, just with water. You're just dragging that in. Doesn't matter about that because I've got a handy trusty baby wipe, and I'm going to put some light on that area. So if I do that just like that, pull that away. I want to pull some of this away as well, just with the baby wipe. Remember to use the friendly ones you know, biodegradable ones. You can get them from any of your stores around now, you know, Home Bargains and all sorts of places. And then I'm pulling that away there. And then that's it. That's created a lovely, like, bubble circle, if you can see that. I'm going to dry that now and then do now with a pencil. Just going to scribble over it. I'm going to close my eyes and just scribble. Yeah, just like that. That's enough. And then I'm going to go over that now with my water resistant pen. Just then let's have a look what we've got. I'm going to take those off the page, I think, and come through here now. Take this one off. Come through here and take this one off. Just so that they look better. Going in all directions. And then I'm going to start my rounding. As per usual, always make sure that once you start your rounding, don't ever start it unless you're able to finish it all in one session, because it's that you know, it keeps you going. That's the part of the relaxation, is the rounding. Like I said before, from those geometric shapes, turning in all those large pointed areas into a nice relaxed area. You're probably going to be able to see this now, but my dog's just gone under the table of where I'm working. Oh, there's a line there. Didn't see that one. Been a lovely morning this morning, relaxation, making this video. I try to do these kind of videos when I'm feeling more relaxed myself. It doesn't all, you know, or when I'm feeling in the right frame of mind, or when I've got plenty of time. So I'm sorry they don't always come out and you're waiting for them and things like that. But sometimes I do, especially for Neuro Art, I need to be in the right frame of mind, and I can always feel when I'm ready to do some, because I start to become tense in my everyday life, and you know, this all to me is all part of like a de-stressing, and that's what we all need, I think, sometimes. And at the end of that as well, it's always nice to create a nice piece of art as well, which is what Neuro Art is mostly about. It's, you know, yes, we are using neuro lines, and but we are also relaxing. I'm doing these a lot thicker and a lot heavier than what I would be doing if I was doing them for myself. Right, I'm going to join these on, like suckering on, like I like to do as well on these lines, going around the circle. Yeah, I do these lines a lot heavier than what I would normally do if I was doing this work for myself, because I need you to be able to see them, and it's not easy to see them when they're, you know, when the line is very fine. But to make the lines finer, obviously, if you've got a set of these, you know, these Micron pens, they're really worth investing in, because I use them for all my drawings and everything. I'll tell you over and over again, I know I do. But they are really good for that, because they last you they seem to last forever, you know, and they're cheap to buy on Amazon as well, which is really handy, isn't it? So I'm just continuing with this, just doing these lines. And it doesn't take long. I've reinforced the circle as well. I prefer, I know in the last one I did like oval shapes, but I do prefer the circle because it seems it's the perfection of the circle, and the circle represents such a lot of nice things for me. Like it represents the moon, the sun, wholeness, you know, perfection. The circle never ends, does it? And it, you know, it's the perfection of the circle that makes it. Okay, so that'll do for now. So that's one use of using up your mono prints that you did. So if I place that around, I think you can do another on another page. If you've got a dark area like this, you could use a white gel pen and do exactly the same, so that the white is a good contrast to the black. And then the same here, you could use black, or you could use a dark, you know, Sharpie pens. I'm not sure about the Sharpie pens going over watercolour though. But yeah, so there's a couple of ideas for you to get cracking on. Would make a nice card for somebody. So yeah, so that's come nice from that look. And then you've got that. Very nice. Although there's a lot of hard work gone into this one, and this one looks more effective close up. It's not easy for you to see, I suppose, but I should put pictures of it on close up. But there's a lot of effects in there, very beautiful. And but I think that I really like the simplicity of this one. They're easy to do, like I say. I mean, think about this. You can do them as Christmas baubles and whatever that you want. So, yeah, I should continue on these on my own and have a little bit of fun. I'm prepared for another evening's exercise now. So, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. And I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye.